Hey everybody, this is Peter with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and I'm coming to you today with a quick review of the hardcover book for Free League Publishing's The One Ring Second Edition RPG. I've got it right here with me. We're going to take a look at it down at the table here in a moment, where I'm just going to open it up and I'm going to kind of give you my thoughts on what it looks like, the feel of the book, the art, just everything about the physical book itself. We have done a previous video where I gave you a preview of the PDF version of this book, where we dove into the rules and the way the game is going to play and the feel of the game. So we're not going to do any of that today, but we're going to take a look at the physical book itself, what it looks like, how it feels, what I think about it. So let's go ahead and take the book down to the table. We're going to flip through the pages and let you guys see what's inside. All right, everybody. So we are down to the table now with The One Ring, the role-playing in the world of The Lord of the Rings, based on the works of J.R.R. Tolkien. This is, again, a second edition by Free League Publishing this time. And we're going to just open up the book. But before we do that, let me just say, I love this cover. Free League Publishing has an amazing history with providing really great art for their games and for their materials. And The One Ring is no exception. This is probably my personal favorite cover that they have done so far. The alien cover was really great. It just kind of popped, and it had that silhouette of the alien in the background. So they like the silhouette look, and they do that again here by having this silhouette of Sauron in the back. But again, we get the eye of Sauron here. We get the ring, but the ring doubles because they drop this little light down the middle, and I'm assuming this was on purpose. But if you know, in the books and in the movies, Sauron is envisioned also as the all-seeing eye, this eye of Sauron. And the cover here gives us a ring, but then it also gives us right through here this kind of central pupil or whatever, making the ring also then the eye of Sauron, which I think is stupendous and really well done. And then we have our heroes down here at the bottom, as well as they're being surrounded by enemies. And it's a really, really great looking cover. And it's double wonderful because they give it this very nice textual matte feel. They did this with their Vesson hardcover as well, and the books in the Vesson series, where it has this nice matte textured feel. Most of their other books have come out with a glossy feel to it. This, I definitely prefer the feel, the touch that matte finish gives the book. I'm a huge fan of that. And it doesn't stop with just the book itself. It is actually, there's a kind of a special feel that they give to the pages as well. I'm not somebody who publishes books or puts out books, so I have no idea what it is specifically, like the words, the names for what they use for the cover and also then for the inside of the book. But you're going to hear me talking about it as I flip through here. And again, it's the exact same thing that they did with the Vesson books. And I'm assuming they chose to do that because both of these books and their games have a little bit more of an older feel to it. We have in Vesson, it takes place, I think, in something like the 18th, 19th century era. And so it's an older feel. And then The One Ring is, Lord of the Rings. It's epic fantasy. It's supposed to be kind of ancient history for Earth, and other things. And so it gives it this kind of just this older feel, which I myself love. You guys might know, as in my daily life, I'm a librarian. So I really get into the feel and texture of books. And as much as I enjoy the other games that I've reviewed, I really love the presentation that they have given us with The One Ring, especially this hardcover is just so good. So let's go ahead and open it up. And just as you may have seen, if you watch the PDF review that I did of this game, you'll see that the inside cover is a map of Eriador, where the majority of this game is meant to take place. We're just over here off the Great Sea, and we're just inside the Misty Mountains over here to the east, and everything in between is kind of supposed to be an open map for the players to journey across and to adventure across. And there's so many, it's such a small part of the overall map for Lord of the Rings and for Middle Earth, but this map specifically, there's just a lot of places that would be very interesting to travel and visit. Now, if you open up the book all the way to the back end, we're going to go ahead and do that. We get the same map, again, same map, but now we're getting a color map here, and it's a hex map as well. So in green, we have the free lands. In kind of this yellow, the wild lands. Anything in orange is mentioned as the dark lands. Anything in a dark brown is the impassable terrain of the map. And then also we see some of these hexes will have numbers in them, and the numbers indicate perilous areas. So I would love to eventually get out a real big map of this for some players and just let them go on a hex crawl and see what it is they come up against. And so I'm really excited about that. They also over here mention all the stuff when you're journeying, because journeying is a big part of this game. And so it's talking about setting the journey path, making marching tests, end of the journey, and calculating travel fatigue. So I love that we have 2 copies of this map here in the book. We have the hex map at the back with some nice coloring and a good legend over here, helping you as you go through the journeying portions of the game. And again, at the front, you have more of a generic map, no color really involved, but it's no hexes, but it's the same map of Eriador. As I mentioned just a little bit ago before I even opened the book, I love the feel of the pages. I love the sound that it makes. You might be able to pick up a little bit of that as I slide through the pages, as you might hear that through the microphone. So as we said in the PDF video, you'll see all the different sections in the book. There are 9 separate sections, and then there are some appendices at the very end. The coloring is actually really, really well done. And the reason I say that is because if you've seen any special editions of The Hobbit or The Lord of the Ring, this red shows up quite a lot in those books and in those special editions of those books. And I have to think that they took that into account when they were choosing their color schemes for these books. I love that each section always has the art, because when you open up the book and you go to those sections, you're going to see this art, but on a 2-page spread. But here, even in the table of contents, you get to see those little teeny thumbnail images of the art that you're going to be seeing later in the book. And again, Free League Publishing and art, they knock it out of the park just about every single time. So like I said, here we go. Got some art. I'm going to flip it over, and we've got the art here for chapter 1, the prologue. I love that we get full 2-page spreads. They do this with their books. They have done it with the Twilight 2000 series as well. And so I'm a huge fan of lots of art so that you can really sell the setting of the book and the game for the player, for the game master, so that they're ready to deliver on a great game. We always have this script. And again, this would be the script that you would see. I believe it's the Elven script. I don't believe it's the script on the ring itself, but it may be actually. It may be the ring. And so if that's true, then that's the dark tongue there. So, but we have the script along the top in red. We have some nice kind of some art along the sides here. Looks like we have some soldiers. Some sons. Get this opening letter from Gandalf. But again, I don't want to get too much into the game itself, because we've talked about that. But it's hard not to get excited and to get into it. But I love the illustrations throughout. We've got this great illustration of Gandalf coming into Bag End, maybe on a visit to see Bilbo or Frodo. We have this nice little image here of a pipe. And there's great art throughout this entire book. So I'm just going to kind of flip through just so that we can see just a little bit of it as I go through. We have our sections on making rolls and how to play the game, the character sheet. And again, I loved this. I really talked about it a lot in the PDF video, is this single page or this double page spread that we have here that showcases what the player sheet is going to, or the character sheet's going to look like. And then all this really great, this glossary of game terms with just little teeny examples or paragraphs explaining what those terms mean as you read through the book and as you look over the character sheets. So we got another really great piece of art here at the beginning of the chapter there. Cool picture here of a hobbit scaling the side of a building as a dragon flies beneath. So I really like this section, as though I'll kind of like just go through each one, but this is the different, what do they call it in this book? The heroic cultures. So we're going to have images of the different heroic cultures. So we've got the Bardings with this nice little picture here. We've got the Dwarven folk. We've got the Elves of Linden, Hobbits of the Shire, the Men of Bree, the Rangers of the North. And now the only thing I will say with the art here is because everything is kind of up close, you obviously don't get a side-by-side comparison of the size differences between the different peoples. Everybody's kind of a nice close-up shot of their people, so you don't see that. And then we're going to go through, we've got the different gear that you're going to get throughout the game. But again, I can't get over that each of these pages, it looks like each chapter, the scroll work along the top changes. That's a great picture. I love that. That's very, that's the movies, you know, that's the Lord of the Ring movies with the silhouette and then everything behind the light and the dark. It's beautiful. I love it. But yeah, so it looks like each chapter, again, the scroll along the top changes, the images on the side change as well with each chapter. But it's so subtle. You know, you have the kind of tan, weathered back coloring going on, and then you've got this brownish black font for most of the stuff, but then you get this little bit of red. And the little bit of red is usually its narrative that they're throwing into the game to make sense of the different part that you're reading. So here's a section on craft, and then right below it, we get a little bit of narrative for the crafting part of the craft part of the game. And it's in red. The line drawing is just beautiful. And this is no small book. It's another big game book by Free League Publishing. And every single page just makes me more and more excited to play the game. You get another beautiful piece of artwork. So that is pretty much what you're seeing throughout the book. You get each section, you get a nice double page spread. And again, these are great images to show to the players of the game. Oh, this is the piece of artwork that they put onto the Lore Master's screen. So the back of the Lore Master screen, this is that piece of artwork right there. But yeah, so you can utilize these nice big pieces of art to showcase the game to your players, maybe when you're just trying to sell them on playing it, but also as you're playing the game, just to set the mood. And some of these works of art, I actually would love to even just have as full-on posters that I could put up in my gaming space at my house. Especially when you're sitting down to play this game. So that's pretty much it. I don't want, again, I'm not going to get too much into the way that the game is played. I just wanted to flip through the book and kind of give you my reactions to the book itself, to the beauty of the art, to the choices that they made in the layout, just choosing that red color and how it ties in. If you're somebody who enjoys the Lord of the Rings and you've read the books and maybe you've seen the scripting, they use that color a lot. So this book was put together, again, not just by any person, but by somebody who understands how somebody like myself who really loves this series and the world would take in these different things. And it could be, could even just be subconsciously, but because I'm sitting here and I'm reviewing it and I'm thinking about it, I'm noticing those things. That's why that red pops for me as I'm flipping through the book. And again, I mean, just like every page has some art on it, which is awesome. They don't hold back. This is, I'm sure, a very expensive book to make with the amount of art that they put into it. This right here, this troll is one of my favorite pieces of art from this whole series. It is a beast. I mean, even in the movies, I don't think a troll scared me as much as this troll would scare me. I cannot wait. I would love to have a 3D miniature of this specific piece of work because that troll is intimidating. So that's pretty much it, everybody. I just wanted to flip through the book a little bit, give you my feelings on what it's like to actually have the physical book now. I think anyone who gets this is going to be really, really pleased. They're going to feel like they definitely got their money's worth. The big key things, tons of fantastic art, some of it line drawn, some of it color. But it's on practically every page of the book, this great, wonderful art. Great detail and choices in the coloring that they gave the text portions of the book, again, utilizing the red. And it just, everything about this book makes me feel the Lord of the Rings. It makes me feel Middle Earth. And so once again, I would just have to say, I believe Free League Publishing has knocked it out of the park with another fantastic release. So if you have not picked up a physical copy of this book yet, I would highly recommend it. I think it is phenomenal. I think they did a lot of great work, and they have made me an incredibly happy Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien fan by creating not just a really great, solid role-playing game, but taking the extra effort to make a beautiful source book that I can have on my shelf, and I can be proud to have it sitting on my shelf with all of my other role gaming books as well. So everybody, thank you so much. Let's go up from the table, and then I'll just give my final words from this review. All right, everybody. So that was my look through the hardcover book of The One Ring by Free League Publishing. This is one of their newer titles that they've released. And as you could tell from my review, I think this is a really great book. I love that I have the PDF version of it. I always love having a PDF version, but this is one of the prettier hardcover books that I've had in a while for a role-playing game. I'm really, really pleased to have it on my shelf, and I cannot wait to play this game with some of my friends from the Tabletop Gaming Guild and maybe just some of my other friends as well, because I love the Lord of the Rings. I love the world. And I'm so excited to have a role-playing game that's going to do it justice, and I can't wait to play it with my friends. So everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If this is a book that you're looking to get, you can go to freeleaguepublishing.com and take a look at it, see how much they're charging there. Again, I recommend most, if not all, of their games. They do a fantastic job with each and every one of them, and this one is no different. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to our channel where you can see all of our other reviews. You can go to our website, tabletopgamingguild.com, and listen to our podcast where we talk about board games, role-playing games, and all sorts of other things. And we have lots of playthroughs as well. So check us out and leave some comments in the comment section below. And hopefully we will talk again very soon. But until we do, keep on playing games.